Welcome to Notable Approvals. I'm attorney Amanda Shaffer. Before I get to our case today, a quick reminder, make sure that you like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, and if you found this notable approval or any of our other videos helpful, please make sure to share it with your family and friends. So today, I have a case about a permanent resident who filed for her adult child over the age of 21 and unmarried. If you are a U.S. citizen, you can file for an adult child over the age of 21 who is married, but permanent residents cannot. I actually got an inquiry about that today. Someone asked me if the new Biden immigration reform allowed permanent residents to now file for their adult children. I had to unfortunately advise this person that there's no new immigration reform. Right now, there is a bill being discussed in Congress, but they have to pass it, and the president has to sign it before any new laws come into play. And what the experts and the politicians are saying at this point is that there's some hope that we can, because the Democrats control both houses. There's hope that we can get something passed, but they don't have enough of a majority in the Senate to really do anything without the Republicans. So, we still have to wait, unfortunately, but fingers are crossed. So today's case is about a client who is a native and citizen of Guyana, and she came to the U.S. in 2017 as a permanent resident. Her adult daughter, who was over the age of 21, filed for her while she still lived in Guyana. So when she entered the U.S., she came on an immigrant visa, and then they mailed her green card to her shortly thereafter. She then came to us, the mom, and said, now that I'm a permanent resident, I want to bring my other daughter here. So if her daughter had been under the age of 21 and not married at the time that mom got her green card, then she could have been listed as a derivative when they first filed. But unfortunately, by the time they filed for her, she would have aged out, because a parent of a U.S. citizen is an immediate relative. And what that means is that if her mom didn't have to wait for a visa to become available, the second her alien relative petition or I-130 petition was approved, she was automatically eligible to apply for her permanent residency. So in this situation, we have a little different, because her daughter is not considered an immediate relative under the Immigration and Nationality Act. She's in what's called a preference category, or family preference category. And the way this works is we have to look at the visa bulletin. The visa bulletin changes each month. And what I mean by that is the wait times for a visa. So I always tell my clients, the most important thing to know about the visa bulletin is if you haven't filed your petition, you're not in line, period. I can't tell you, it might look at it right now and it could say there's a 2-year wait, and then 2 years later it's a 5-year wait. I can't promise anything in terms of the wait time, because I'm not National Visa Center, but I can tell you that no matter what, you're going to get your place in line, and that's going to be your place in line once you file. So when you get your receipt notice, and if you file for someone who's in a preference category and you get your receipt notice, it will say priority date on there. That is the most important date for you. In this case, the client had a priority date of September 2018. Now, I went back and looked at the visa bulletin then, and we had told our client that at the time we filed, there was about a 7-year wait for a visa. And it took some time, obviously, for the I-130 to get approved. And then now that it's approved, just because it's approved, it doesn't mean a visa number is available. So I went back and I looked at the visa bulletin, and the good news is that they've made some progress since we filed, and it had like a 2011 date. Now it has like a 2015 date. So it looks like 2 to 3 years about her daughter's going to have to wait for the visa number to become available. And that means she'll be able to start the next part of the process, which is filing the affidavit of support, filing the immigrant visa application, all the civil documents like her birth certificate, and all that stuff. Now, if her daughter, who's over the age of 21, gets married, then she no longer will be in line. And what I mean is, she would have to notify the USCIS and National Visa Center and say, hey, I'm married, and now she's no longer in that category. But if her mom becomes a U.S. citizen, then as an adult child of a U.S. citizen who is married, you can come in that way with a green card, but her mom would need to maybe refile it, again, depending on timing. If she's still waiting for the visa number to become available and mom becomes a U.S. citizen, that's automatic. That her daughter will, well, actually, she won't be in the immediate relative category. She'll be in married children of U.S. citizens, which could end up being a longer wait. It's not always clear. So let me wave to some people here. Thanks for watching, everyone. So what's important now is maybe not get married if you're my client's daughter. Just try to wait a little if she wants to come to the U.S., of course. Like I said, it doesn't mean that in the future she wouldn't be able to come in any other respect, but if she will lose her eligibility under the adult unmarried child of an LPR if she marries. So yes, she's waiting now for the National Visa Center to contact her or contact us and let us know, hey, guess what? It's your turn. You could start the National Visa Center process, and that's called consular processing. And once she fills out the application, submits the documents. At that point, they will be scheduling her for her interview. I think it's in Guyana, the embassy. And then just like her mom, she'll eventually enter the U.S. on an immigrant visa and then have her green card mailed to her within, they say 60 days. It's usually within a couple of weeks. So it's interesting. And I'll just quickly go over the evidence we submitted, because these are pretty easy evidence-wise when you have a biological mother filing for you. So all we had to do is show mom had a green card, put in a copy of her green card. Shalom, Lucy. Thank you for watching. We put in that. We put in her parents were married at the time of birth, but for a biological mother, it doesn't really have an effect under what the law says. It's different. We'll talk about another time if it was her father. So we put in mom's marriage certificate. We put in daughter's birth certificate showing mom's name on there. And then we put in daughter's passport picture page. And it was approved without a request for evidence or anything. So that was very nice. But what's interesting I like about this case is how it just shows you that, people call us all the time and say, I want to file for this person. How long is it going to take for them to be able to come here? And, we'll look at the visa bulletin and it might say 10, 11 years. And understandably, people get discouraged. But as this case demonstrates, these times are not stuck in stone. Like literally every month, the Department of State puts out a new visa bulletin with new times. And sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's better. It just all depends on what's going on. And considering we've had COVID the past year plus, I was actually pretty happy to see that they improved on those times. So that's a good sign. It could be less people are applying. I'm not really sure. Or it could just be that the embassies were closed. Let's hope that's not the case. So we're hoping that within the next couple of years, we will get that notice from the National Visa Center. And then our client's daughter will be able to start her official process of permanently moving to the United States. So that is all today for notable approvals. I will actually be out of town for the rest of the week, so no more notable approvals until next week. And also next week, May 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Mark it on your calendars. Announcement will go up later this week or early next week. We will be having episode 8 of Are You Smarter Than a Naturalized Citizen? 2 more attorneys will go head-to-head to see who can pass the naturalization test first. It's a lot of fun. I invite you all to join, especially if you or someone you know is in the process of studying for their naturalization test. So don't forget, like us, follow us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all those fun things. Share this video if you found it helpful or know someone who might. And tune in next week. We'll be back with more notable approvals. and another episode of our game show. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.